For the next lesson, we're going to introduce two new concepts, which are gravity and friction, and students are also going to review all simple machines and learn what a compound machine is. We'll start off by asking students what is gravity, and then explaining with a picture. Students can find the answer by coming up, dragging the top into the bottom, and then they get the answer. Gravity is the force that pulls things towards the earth. Have you ever heard tires squeal when a car stopped suddenly? What causes this to happen? Friction. Let's see how this works. The next is a simulation activity on the smartboard where students are going to select a vehicle and then they're going to select a surface on which they could stop safely without skidding and hitting the trolley. Let's begin. So first they select the vehicle that they want to start with, the car, which weighs less, or the big truck. Then they select the surface, and we talk about the dry road, the wet road, or the icy road, and how that relates to friction. So if it starts on the dry road, select that surface, and then push go. We see how long it takes the car to start. Okay. Then we can pick a new reset and pick a new vehicle. We can see how it compares with a heavier vehicle on the same surface. How it takes that longer to stop. We can also try different surfaces. What would happen on the wet road? And then what would happen to the truck on that same wet road? And how it would then hit the shopping cart. And then what would happen on the icy surface when friction is reduced. So it's a really good visual. The students love it. It's interactive. They love coming up and picking the different surfaces and vehicles and seeing how it works with friction. Next, students will learn about compound machines, and that compound machines are two or more simple machines that work together. Both the compound machines below are made up of two simple machines. Students have to drag the simple machine's name that are used in the boxes below. Hint, one of the simple machines is used twice. So they'd start off with the wheelbarrow, and they would drag to find out, and these are what's called infinitely cloned. So however many times you drag the wheel and axle down, that will show up. Then they would drag it to the box, and the other ones can be deleted. After they've gotten all of their answers, they would pull to see what their answers and see if they are correct. So we were correct with the wheel and axle, and then we would do also a lever. The stapler would be a lever and a wedge. So it's quick, they can check their work, and it gives you visuals. Same thing with the next one. These ones are actually made up of 4 simple machines. We have the can opener. After they've pulled down to find their answers, they can pull across. They see that it's a lever, wheel and axle, gear, and a wedge. Next, these are what's called a screen shade with a smartboard, which is really good if you want to hide some information until later in the lesson. Pull down the shade and click on the link to review what we've learned about compound machines. Headed back to the EdHeads website, but now this time we're going to be heading into the tool shed, which is all about compound machines.
Oh, hello there. Welcome to my tool shed. Today we are going to learn about compound machines. What's a compound machine, you ask? Well, if you've ever seen an object made up of 2 or more simple machines, then what you have is a compound machine. For example, a can opener has gears, a lever, and a wedge, all working together. That's just one of the 4 items we'll be exploring today. Your job is to find and identify each simple machine located in the 4 compound machines. You'll then learn how those simple machines work together to get various jobs done. Start.
So then students would
Click on
start.
one of the 4 compound machines to begin.
And then the wheelbarrow, which we did before.
Wheelbarrows are swell. Why, they help us haul heavy rocks, clean up the yard, and move all sorts of other stuff that's too heavy to carry. Let's learn what makes them work.
A wheelbarrow is made up of 3 different simple machines. Can you find and identify all of them?
Start.
So then students would have to click on the different ones, and then it asks you what type of simple machine. So it's a really good review, really fun, very interactive for students. Congrats, you're now an expert on simple and compound machines. Pull the shade down to receive your award.